And what if the same land, what if the same land has not one set of leaves, but at different height, different leaves? On a top level, if I have to describe our farm, is a suba bull. Many people, many farmers ask me whether suba bull is an invasive species. I don't think that it is invasive of a kind that which is not good for the soil, because it is also very good for fixing nitrogen. And I had a friend, Raju Titus. He was a purist. He followed Fukuoka to the hilt. And he grew suba bull in great abundance, with gay abundance. So we also grow suba bull, which goes to attains a height of 60 feet, 70 feet, 80 feet. And it has tiny leaves, and it also fixes nitrogen. Plus, brilliant as a fodder. Plus, it gives you firewood. These are the real problems being faced by the rural India, the poor. So the top level is the suba bull. Beneath that, our moringa tree. Moringa, now we must delve on this tree at little length, because now the world is talking about moringa. Nobody could have, suppressed this miraculous tree for long. And moringa is a miraculous tree in the true sense. We have been growing this for the past more than 20 years. And on our farm, the moringa trees have attained a height of 80 feet. 50 feet is a norm. 80 feet is, there are many which are of 80 feet. So those not with sensitivity, although it is a valid question, but it is for the people, ordinary people. They would ask me, how do we harness the moringa, the drumstick? I tell them that no, we don't. We take the leaves from the side, because now we know that the trees have life. So we don't cut the head of the tree. So we take it from the side that it is curing people. Moringa is extraordinary as a food supplement, as a single most important factor for keeping perhaps the entire country healthy. If you have to identify 3 herbs, I would name moringa as one. Call it herb, call it supplement, call it whatever you want to. We will again delve upon that. Besides this, I came across a Japanese study. Others have not come across this because it was not done in India. It was done in Philippines. And they said that moringa is one of the highest carbon sequesterer on earth. How? Because what they say, carbon sequesterer, basically meaning that they take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and puts it into the tree, and also put in the soil. Brilliant. It doesn't fix nitrogen, but it is the highest carbon sequesterer, as much as 4 moringa trees in 4 years do more carbon sink than 30 cedar trees in 30 years. Phenomenal. Now imagine a farm like ours. I'll request Anupam to show the shot with you, where we have Suba Bull. Again, they fixed carbon also. Beneath that, 80 feet tall moringa. Beneath that, we have citrus. Beneath that, we have vetiver. Beneath that, we have now black turmeric, earlier turmeric. I would request Anupam to show the film of our farm. There are a few of them. My nephew has made it. He was a recipient of Cannes Film Festival special jury award for directors, best director. After Satyajit Ray, he was the first one from India who had won this. He has made this film. He is my nephew. This is our farm, which is on the banks of Narmada Ji, because everywhere in the country today, the rivers are in the grip of sand mafia and supported by the politicians. And so they have taken away all soil, all this thing, and only trees are very powerful. So my parents went and lived there. post-retirement for the love of the sun. So, and because that, my father is still alive. He's 97 years of age because he spent minimum 5 years every now and then on the farm. You breathe that air and you're healthier. So this is our farm of no till, no poison, including that of the organic kind. None of it is needed and bountiful. Vetiver is a very, very, very important part of this system. So anyone who asks me, how do you, dispense knowledge, or do you conduct a training? So my answer to them is something very simple. Instead of spending ranging from 25,000, 30,000 to 1 lakh rupee on permaculture training to all kinds, I hope you're not doing that. So we say that if you have not done farming, come to our farm for 2 hours. But make it convenient when we are present. In 2 hours' time, I can explain you the entire simplicity of this farm. It's embarrassingly simple to raise a food forest, grow it with gay abandon, cover every inch of soil, grow everything. Only thing, you look at this farm. This has neem giloy. We have forgotten the best of herbs, best of everything for a very inferior knowledge. I'm not saying that modern allopathy science or other science is not good. All I'm saying is that we were way, way, way superior. We gave up on Amrita or the Neem Giloy or the Guduchi, the Sanskrit name of it, which is Tridosh Rahit, which is the best immuno booster on earth, more so if it is grown on a neem or on bale tree. We have 400 big neem trees. Even if the neem tree grows in the middle of the farm, we allow it to grow and we put a, Guduchi on that. During the COVID time, the forest department came and they took some 15, 20,000 of plants from us. And but they also gave us some, rare species of the trees. It was a barter. But I had not asked for, they gave it. We gifted it to them. So mind you, even this video we had made about, I think 7, 8, 10 years back. I forget. I'm now growing old. I forget. Yeah, look at the forest. The temperature outside now, currently, and in the peak of summer season now goes to 50 degrees, where birds die. On a farm, it is never more than 36. What else is heaven? So I'll come to the commercial side of it also, where I would want good people like you to get involved and scale it up to a level where, some decent corporate comes. Let's be aware, let's be correct that for attaining the scale, perhaps we do need large organizations, large, good organizations. So I was in touch with one CEO I would mention later. So essentially, this is the video of her farm where, next to Narmada Ji. And I must share this with you, that last year for 4 days or 3.5 days, whatever you call it, there was a cloud burst in that area. The eldest living person in the village also does not remember when Narmada Ji had breached its, side, this thing. Or because it is it's a ancient river which goes in a very well-defined route and never breaches its route. So those 4 days of incessant rain all along this thing, and then opening of the sluice gates, because now they have put various dams on this. I am not the one fit enough to criticize or say anything on that. But what I am saying is, so when this happened, next to our farm, there is a resort, Namades. So that farm had 27 feet of that resort had 27 feet of water. It went under that and was totally submerged. To our pleasant surprise, from our farm, not a speck of soil was harmed. Nothing went into the river. This is the problem of, this is the brilliant beauty of no-till farming, raising trees, raising vetiver on a soil, and above all, reverence to Mother Nature. For me, she's a visible form of God. Every river system is a visible form of God, especially the ancient river system. Half of the tributary of Narmada Ji is gone. So the only way, perhaps, where the intelligent people should come across, should come together and start practicing this at least on, say, a few kilometers of the river system, and also in the catchment area. It is still possible to get it back to, because Mother Nature is very kind and generous. So coming back to it, what we practice, if I have to start a farm all over again, and I've been advising many people on this, it is this simple. The simplest of the innovation is this, that grow two plants together, literally together, at a distance of a foot. So what happens is, say a moringa, and in our case, this is a picture of two trees from the same picture, same two trees at different heights. On the right-hand side is a bay leaf, tejpata. On the left-hand side is moringa. And they were planted off 1 foot apart, and they enjoin in a year's time. Separately, they are weak. Together, they are stronger. And moringa attains a much bigger height, much greater height, and it has tiny leaves, so it allows the sunlight to filter and let the other tree also survive. If done on large scale, we are talking of 100% increase in productivity. We can combine it with the lemon, we can combine it with several other things. Let the experts, understand and figure out what is good. Since I have reverence, so I I understood moringa when nobody in the world was talking about it. I understood vetiver when currently also people are not talking about it. Whole world has adopted it. We'll see how it is useful. It does enormous amount of carbon sink. It is perennial. It holds the topsoil. It holds the moisture, and it helps the other plants to grow. So these two trees together, surrounded with vetiver, and inside the soil now grow black turmeric. So 4 layers, and then once the trees have become little matured, which is barely 2 years, start putting the vine on them, either of betel leaves. Again, very, very medicinal, great against diabetes, great for digestion, great for osteoporosis. So suddenly you're growing 5 trees, and I have observed and seen, because the farmers should, it's high time you stop listening to humbug, NPK and other things. Trust your eyes. I have seen that anything which is grown inside moringa tree, especially papaya, grows beautifully and grows very well. Now I know, after having read that Japanese study which says that it is the highest carbon sequesterer on earth, and now I understand why the papaya are growing so well. So already we are talking of 6, crops. The same land at different height can support so many lives is unbelievable. We also ensure that in that video, I talk how we do our farming with the help of the trees and the bees. And bees, the sheer presence of bees can raise the productivity of your farm by a minimum of 30%. All you need to do, ensure that around the year they have flowers and water. And in turn, we produce 30,000 to 35,000 kg of honey, including that of moringa honey of 14,000 kg. Moringa honey, I read one Australian article that it is superior to Manuka honey. Manuka honey is the most expensive honey of the world, which is good. Actually, it is quite good. Antibacterial, post, hospitalization, hospital infections. Some of the evolved doctors, they recommend you to have uh, Manuka honey. Moringa honey is superior to Manuka honey. But government of New Zealand really supported the farmers of New Zealand, and now Australians are also sticking a claim on Manuka honey. So they took the Manuka honey to a level where they are selling it at 40,000 rupees a kg to, I don't know, 2 lakh rupee a kg in different upgradation, different gradation that they do. And the demand for Manuka honey grows by 10% every year. Someday, hopefully, with everyone's together, even if our farmer gets 1,000 rupees a kilo for a Moringa honey, I mean, it can bring enormous wealth to this country. Whole of Northeast. They have I had gone to Manipur. There is a central university. I had addressed the faculty and the students there, and before the riots began, and I realized that in the Northeast, most of the states have this indigenous bee and the boxes of bee in their homes. So just imagine if we can provide a market to their honey, because Indian bees are even superior. And it is rhododendrons and the other local species, like in the plains we have moringa, there they have other species, which is phenomenal. We just need good set of people, good set of corporates to bring market. It is already there, and scale it up at no cost. Getting them a box made is not even an expenditure of 5,000 to 500 to 2,000. Nothing. Government is spending so much money. Whatever is the strength, let's stick to that and bring in good corporate. It's not the business of the government to be in the business, in my considered opinion. Being in the government for 35 years, I know. So we have minimum 7 crops growing on our farm. Why is Indian farmer poor? I can never understand this. If you have a market, and also there are some government's policy which now is talking of the compressed biogas, which is energy, clean energy out of the biomass. We have humongous amount of biomass, so a little bit of a biomass. People sometimes come and ask me that for a food forestry, you need require a very large tract of land, very, and it will take time to become a food forest. Rubbish. From the year one, the productivity is higher because you grow say a tuar, you grow a moringa, tuar, moringa, lemons, guavas, inside the soil, turmeric, and papayas. Papaya and tuar and turmeric and amaranth. Amaranth is pseudo grain, the best pseudo grain on earth. All this gives you a crop in the year one. The land which was earlier supporting, say, maximum 1 crop or 2 crop, and now is supporting minimum in the year one 4 crop. From the year one, the magic starts happening. If you stop tilling, if you start covering every inch of soil. Sometimes people say that it becomes, it becomes very dark in things. Okay, so you feel that it has become too much of a shade, prune them. Nothing stops you in pruning it. Prune the tuar. Whatever it falls on the soil, it becomes a brilliant compost. Where is the need for creating separate vermicompost, separate khad pit? Do everything in situ. This is my son's farm, less than an acre. Because again, Indians are there, so they would argue, which is fine. I mean, I love my country. I love Indians. As long as they don't only argue, after argument, if they also get down doing it. So Indians would argue that, it can only be done on large farm. My son had completed 3 years of job as a lawyer. And so for whatever he's saving, he was listening to father. So he bought this less than an acre of a farm in Bihar. where my wife's ancestral farm is. So you can see that you cannot see the soil. This is 1 year old. So magical. And in 2 years' time, he recovered his entire cost of land. He was growing, black turmeric was growing tuar. There are guys who are selling this such tuar, similar tuar seeds for 800 rupee a kilo, which is criminal. We sold it for 200 kg, and in an acre you get nothing less than 10 tons. If I vaguely recollect, it was something like 6 ton or something. It's humongous. I mean, and we pruned it in papayas and the others. Although on our farm, I must admit, there are many things like the guavas and the lemons, which the whole village eats. We are fine with that. Because some nutrition, something goes into them. So there are times when we do not get it. The workers and their families and others also kind of, they think that it's their right, that they can take it. So I personally feel that as long as it is being utilized, and as long as one layer of farm can give you so much of a money also. Normally, I do not talk about money because one of our farm in Madhya Pradesh now, we have devoted consciously to spiritual farming, to curing people. So when I see 100 tons of, 50 tons of black turmeric, instead of thinking that how much money will I get at the rate of say 400 rupee to 1000 rupees a kilo, is what we get whenever we sell it. I see it this way, that how many people, how many lives can it save? There's nothing, because what is going to finish the human race is the greed. I have my pension, I have enough. Why should I be aspire for more? And if I have, at all I have to aspire, I'll aspire for how many people can be cured. So there are farmers who, take or want to do the black turmeric. They ask me where to sell it. I say I cannot help you. I gift it, and then by virtue of that, there are so many buyers for me. I mean, it's unbelievable. So as long as people have cancer, as long as people are getting their asthma and whole host of other illnesses, including that of I have been maintaining this from the beginning, that this vaccination has side effects. When I was Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax in Mumbai, I was the only one. Normally, senior officers are very scared also, that if something happens to one officer or a staff or contingent staff, it'll boomerang. Even if he dies of something else, he'll attribute it to, all kinds of questions you have in mind. And most good people also do not act. I am not the kind. I am not afraid. If I was eating it, if my father-in-law, then who was living with us, was around 85 years of age, was eating it, then it was fit for everyone. You would be shocked that in the COVID-2, when I was posted there, of our 8,000 staff and officers and their family members, close to about 25,000, there were only 2 deaths in COVID-2 in Mumbai, which was most severely affected. Such is the power of black turmeric. 2.5 truckloads of this we got distributed, vettiver root, which we distributed, and Gondraj lemon and the moringa honey. It's incredible. So one of my person in the headquarters, he was from IIT Roorkee. He told me, sir, there is a rule, there is a law that you cannot, whatever the government says, you cannot add anything to that, otherwise you can be jailed. I said, because that was in Bangalore. So, because they had taken the interview of the police commissioner and the chief secretary, and I was also being interviewed. Others were sedate. I also talked of follow the government, state government directive and the central government directive. But at the same time, if I maintain, if I said that somewhere, it's there on the YouTube in 2 minutes interview, that the West only knows of, vitamin C through orange and the lemons and few other things. Indians know through amla, through moringa leaves. It has 7 times more vitamin C than the orange. And it also has various minerals which they were recommending in a natural way. How can they can take me to court, they can ask me, I have enough evidences to answer that. So the proof of pudding is in eating it. Cover every inch of soil, grow it with gay abundance, choose few things which fixes nitrogen. We decided on Subabul, we decided on tour, we decided on Agastya plant. Again, in the south, they are aware of it. Agathi, they call it. Again, a brilliant, very medicinal plant. And like just now, I was coming from the farm. We broadcast moong with, soil. Before this, I would just like to briefly mention that recently it was very disturbing, the visuals. In Bombay also they had a dust storm. Delhi every now and then gets it. Rajasthan, of course. And because the world, this thing is all interrelated. Some factor they would say, which has happened in the Gulf, and and this was unprecedented in Bombay. Such dust storm of this magnitude had never hit. It reminds you somewhere, please go and check. There is one Dust Bowl tragedy in US. It happened in 1930s. 2 years of drought, and in the name of the scientific farming, they had removed all trees. Like currently we are doing. When I see some of the farmers or their vegans, they say they have cut the trees because the birds would sit on that and they would eat their, gehu, or in that shade, that small patch of 2 feet, they would not be able to grow the wheat. My heart cries. So in US, for 2 years of drought, 80 feet, 90 feet tall, dust storm covered their homes, covered their farms, covered their water bodies. In those years, 2.5 million people had migrated to California. It's a recorded history. Please check. What are we doing? Are we not doing the same thing? We are waiting for the tragedy to take it to annihilation. Nothing else, nothing short. What is the way to stop it? Stop tilling. Start raising food forests. Change your food habits if you want to survive. There is no expenditure. The productivity is way higher. We'll also briefly mention how when farmer can become a energy producer also. CBG, compressed biogas. This is a government's avowed policy. The other day, I must place my appreciation of Secretary to Government of India, sitting secretary of the rural development. Amazing man from IT Kanpur. We had organized a 20-minute audio-video conference, and which extended till 40 minutes. And I said with all humility and responsibility that this is CBG, compressed biogas, is a government's policy of setting up 5,000 of clean energy plants all across the country. And this requires biomass. So in our kind of forest, there is surplus biomass of subabul to bamboos to vettiver, all together 10 tons minimum on a conservative basis. You can have surplus biomass after the mulch, after your requirement, which goes to the compressed biogas plants, which produces clean energy. It can have SAF, sustainable aviation fuel. It can run the local vehicles. It can provide every other energy, and the residue is essentially a organic fertilizer, which goes back into soil. What else is a circular economy? It is this. You produce too much of potato, you produce too much of tomato, you produce everything humongous in quantity, and the prices crash. There is only one thing whose prices don't crash. That is energy. Insatiable demand for energy, clean energy. So you get carbon credit both for growing, because you are sinking so much of a carbon. You also get for clean energy carbon credit, and the residue goes back. So I mean, there is no, what potential it holds. 20 lakh job creation, 2 lakh crore worth of forex saving and becoming energy independent. And farmers get the credit. I don't know why farmers were agitating against some of the fantastic policies of the government. So there is so much politics, and the farmers are taken, by a ride by politicians and the political parties. So the best of intention, best of, because people have not, they're not aware. Nobody is going to help the farmers. They have to help themselves. Come out of this. It's a vicious circle where they put so much of money which goes into the hands of the corporates. And the poor man's biggest problem is that ultimately 10% Indians are going to get cancer. I'm not saying this. This is the WHO estimate. 14 crore Indians getting cancer. One guy gets cancer in family, everybody in the family gets involved. So more than 50 crore people would struggle against cancer. What kind of a country are we going to live in? If you grow this black turmeric, if you earlier we were growing only the turmeric, I am reasonably confident that half of them can be cured only with this. Poor in any case have no money. Even if they are insured by 25,000 or whatever the sum is, it is not sufficient for the modern, cancer ilaj. So but the poor come and eat this, and it basically locates the cancerous cell and kills it. It's the best against cyst, it's best against tumor, it's best against asthma. 40 crore people suffer from asthma in the world. 7 crore people suffer from rheumatic arthritis. It is better than any other medicine. We have testimonials. I would just like to read one admiral whose young son, 19-year-old, he had a relapse of blood cancer. So he wrote this way back. He sent me this mail. You may recall that Mrs. Seema Verma, she was the wife of a vice admiral then, had introduced us to you when my son was diagnosed with cancer. I just wanted to inform you that my son PET scan was done today and he has recovered completely. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your help and support. We are forever in your debt. In case I can do anything for you, please do not hesitate to call. With warm regards and our gratitude, Admiral. I have not put the name. There are 90 people who have been cured of this. And we take no money from anyone because otherwise people would say that, sometimes when I'm with my father or in a position where the people don't understand and I never adversely react to it. I'm past all that because the temperature in our villages at both places now crosses 40 degrees, 44 degrees, 45 degrees. It's inhuman to send our farm hand to the nearest post office, which is 4 kilometers away. Another one 30 kilometers. At the other farm, 18 kilometers. Very, very difficult. So what we try to do is that once in 10 days or something, when the vehicle goes to the bigger city or something, we keep all the parcels ready. I can understand the eagerness and this thing of those who want it. And if convinced, then only they come to us. And so I have various testimonial. I can read them out in many ways. There was someone, there's an IS officer, young collector, former collector, Uti. His wife had a pancreatic cancer. One of the more difficult cancer to fight. And the last message which he had sent was most part of it is cured and little bit of lesions or something on the liver is still there. I hope and pray with you all that he gets cured. So nothing is half as miraculous as this. So there was a time when, and we have one Ayurvedic doctor and a nutritionist in Bombay. So her own sister-in-law had breast cancer of 4th stage, and she got cured. And she has received Tata Memorial some award also, and now she's on the with a doctor who is the leading doctor for oncologist in Bombay, because she's using our black turmeric. Then it is good, most effective when it is kept inside the soil for 14 months. Since it is one layer for us, and since the purpose is not commercial, uh, we leave it for 2 cycles. But let me talk a little bit of a commercial side of it also, because I don't expect a poor farmer or a farmer who's completely dependent on farming not to get, although in my considered opinion, the true farmer is the kindest man on earth. And as one layer, if you have grown turmeric, you can grow 1 ton black turmeric, and it becomes 10 tons in soil like ours. Even if you are able to sell it at a price of 400 rupee a kg, once people know that it is so good, or 1000 rupees, or an average of 500 rupee is 50 lakh rupee. Do we get it? Not so much. Why? Because we distribute large part of it free, but we get enough. Yes. So 1 acre of farm of 10 tons of our turmeric sold keeps all our farm hand productive, and we get some surplus out of it. There's so much money. I mean, also, and this is, mind you, a natural pesticide. So in a shade, it loves. Let's also talk of this. That large part of India where we are now we are importing most of our dalan tilan from abroad, 80% and above. I mean, which is a shame. Very large area of our country where we are growing turmeric, normal turmeric. Okay, let's grow normal turmeric. Why grow it only turmeric? Why not, dalan? Why not tuar? Why not, cowpea? You grow them together, they grow better, and one fixes nitrogen also, so you don't need to put any urea at all. And higher productivity with the, if all the farmers do that, our import dependence on dalhan would come down by 90%. Just by this simple act. Why the scientists not telling them? I have friends who work with millions of farmers. I have corporates who are listening to us who work with millions of farmers. I'm trying. And I call them to our farm and show them our farm. Seeing is believing. Come and see this. One simple act of adding one layer can make so much of difference. But why I'm saying, why only grow a tuar and a turmeric? Why not a moringa also? One of the friends, young friends who is on MIT funded NGO, MIT fund NGO, they predict about world's weather. Tim Sahai. He is now among the official advisor to Biden, President of United States of America. He had visited our farm. He told me that you're talking about everyone growing moringa. This, mind you, this was about 15 years back, 17 years back, when world was just waking up to prowess of moringa. Now Davos talks about moringa. Anyway, so I told him, so everybody grows, then the prices would crash, the farmers would get nothing. I said, let it happen. But at least he'll be healthy because he'll eat those leaves. They are so powerful. 55% Indian women, poor women, die while giving childbirth because of lack of hemoglobin. If you eat moringa leaves, even for a month, your lack of hemoglobin will correct through bio available use. It's free. It is not only about hemoglobin. It is not only about COVID. It is not only about vitamin C. It has 92 antioxidants. It has all 9 essential amino acid. All 18 essential amino acid. And 7 times more vitamin C than the orange, 4 times more this thing than the carrot, 4 times more calcium than the milk, 3 times more potassium than the banana, 25 times more vitamin E than the spinach. Phenomenal. Our honorable Prime Minister eats it. Besides so many, minerals and the other vitamins. Barely by adopting Guruji and the Moringa, I am reasonably certain the hospital will go bankrupt. It is so powerful. I eat it myself. Coming back to it, you grow such food forests. I'll just like to show a few slides of before and after. In 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 1 year time, what difference is it making on planet Earth, on our country? And this is my brother's farm. 3 years back, or now 4 years, when we had gone, it was like this. Not a speck of grass was growing. It was in the interiors of Madhya Pradesh. My brother was in Mauritius. Yeah, after 3 years, it is this same farm. Vettiver. Vettiver did compacting of soil and everything. Yeah, the mangoes have come. This is my brother's farm. So next, a few more. Anupam, we can show. Yeah, we have. Yeah, this is our farm in Bihar. My wife's ancestral farm, father-in-law's ancestral farm. It was soil, literally, balutha. In 5 years' time, my brother-in-law started going there. And this is our farm. So nature is there to forgive us. Just have faith and grow them with give abundance. Grow some nitrogen fixing plant, grow some carbon fixing, of course, moringa, of course, vetiver. Vetiver is very, very important. Surround any tree with vetiver. In Chiang Rai Institute in Thailand. Thailand king is the main patron of vetiver. World Bank supports it. And basically it holds the topsoil, it holds the moisture, and it brings the micronutrient from the lower depths to the root zone. So they experimented with, these are the pictures of, a simple experiment is that they took two imli plants, one surrounded by vetiver, one without it. All other things remaining the same. You can see that the one which is surrounded by the vetiver grew 5 times faster and higher. Now our hack or the twist is let's grow two trees together. Moringa is also fixing carbon, enormous carbon. Vetiver is brilliant mulch because it is rich in lignin. And just imagine, it's a good fodder. In Ethiopia, the World Bank and some NGO, they did, gifted them hedge grow of 100, less than a kilometer or something of hedgerow of vetiver. The farmers understood in no time. They are practical people. That it is stopping the soil erosion. It is it is a good fodder and it is producing water. You know what is the current length of that hedgerow? 15,000 to 18,000 square kilometer. In Ethiopia, who we think are least advanced. As against that, the country of its origin, we have done nothing. Just imagine all the roads that we have laid down, where 14 crore trees have been cut. If we plant vetiver on our farm, when we put it in the in the common space also, the Go Mata comes and merrily graze it. So they are given, and it is green even in the peak of summer. Ultimately, I'll just show why vetiver. In Nasik, there is a when I was posted in Mumbai, this NGO came and they were doing something in Naha Foundation, mostly from Bombay IT. Yeah, you cannot perhaps see this the small words, but what basically it says that on my advice they had planted. There was one well which would go dry in the month of April, and the ITNs and the engineers. So they would keep a very meticulous record of every month's water level. After planting vetiver in 1 year's time, the water level was 9 feet. It never went dry. There was another slide I would request to show. In Bokaro Steel City, there's a friend, he was a DGM at that point of time, now retired. So 1 year, we had gifted them vetiver. So
नमस्कार सभी को एक बार फिर टीम
yeah,
दिव्यार्थी
if
की
you can understand Hindi, then yeah, I would request him to play this. Yeah.
ओर श्री दीपक राय के लीडरशिप में एक प्रोजेक्ट यहाँ किया गया था और इससे बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट रेस्पेक्टेड डीआईजी सीआईएसएफ धनबाद, जहाँ पर 2000 पौधों के साथ हम लोगों ने ये जो टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस का प्रोजेक्ट लिया था। आज आरएनसी लैब के हमारे जितेंद्र और राय जी हैं, अपना ऑब्जर्वेशन आप लोग बताएं सर।
अभी हम लोगों ने टेम्परेचर लिया जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने झाड़ी लगाया था पिछले साल अगस्त के महीने में, तो वहाँ पे टेम्परेचर उससे लगे हुए सॉइल में टेम्परेचर 38 डिग्री है, और जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने ये झाड़ी नहीं लगाया है वहाँ पे टेम्परेचर 47 डिग्री सेल्सियस आज है। तो 9 डिग्री का टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस आज ऑब्जर्व किया गया है।
So there is a difference of 9 degrees what they calculated in. So the earth is boiling. It's no longer warm, warming of the earth. In India, it is hotter, hottest. Why are we not planting vetiver? Anything which recharges groundwater, small experiments. It helps soil, it stops desertification, recharges groundwater, brings down temperature. Phenomenal. And we are on to working of the shavings of the vetiver. And also the vetiver root, there is this, I'm terrible with names, do forgive me. Okay, Rijuta Divakar, apparently a celebrity nutritionist. The top actor, Kareena Kapoor. Kareena Kapoor, was under her tutelage for her nutrition needs. She is a very sensible girl. She's written what do you call those books on nutrition and things. She recommends vetiver root infused water, because if you drink the vetiver infused water, your body turns alkaline. It also has a property to purify water. The filthiest of river of the world, Citarum River in Indonesia, on both sides of the river, they have planted a few years back 35 kilometer, and they wanted to take it to 197 kilometer. You can see this. We can just play shortly to understand why vetiver is important. A little bit, where exactly come to that. It is the filthiest river on earth, like our Yamuna Ji in Delhi. Yeah. By planting, among other measures, vetiver is one of the most important measure to purify, because it purifies water. Yeah. That's vetiver on both sides of the river. And it makes water drinkable, that filthy water. Because it also can be grown in Gangaji, we gifted 1.75 crore vetiver to Eco Task Force of the Indian Army. And in 6 months' time, the then Major General was a friend. Till late, he's a friend, Dev Chaturvedi, amazing man. And on every nala which belches filth into Gangaji, here. So they covered that, what is National Geography. A long time that we stopped looking up to the West for approval. We have been itna gulam rahe ki we only think of when a guardian and when they are good. I'm not saying that they are not good, but we are good enough. So in 6 months' time, the turtle came back. In 6 months' time, the dolphin came back. I have had the privilege of serving Narmada ji. I've had the privilege of doing good karma, of serving Ganga ji. 1.75 crore vetiver which we gifted I request to the Marathwada at 8 different locations to Eco Task Force. Also, we gifted them seed ball machines and seeds. This is Marathwada, perhaps the harshest climate, perhaps the worst soil. Within 4 years' time, you see the fawn wildlife came back. On the right-hand side, the army officer, almost his height is the vetiver. So they would dig a hole and plant vetiver and plant a tree. We would also very briefly see DIG CISF. I feel very, very humbled by this amazing man. This is a coal dump. Nothing, no worse soil can you think of. He was listening to me in one such webinars, and during the webinar only asked me if he could share my presentation with his batchmates. I said, "There is no copyright. Please run with it." And he ordered for vetiver from us. He paid for it within the same week, and he planted them on a coal dump. Now I'm advising him to throw seed balls in this. Phenomenal at no cost. If a coal dump can be made into a green forest like this, everything else can. I'm determined to meet whosoever I have to meet, the corporate heads. We are doing something with Tatas. They're decent people, and I know Tata CEO. Someday, since we are greening their 500 acres of wasteland, hopefully someday I would be able to take their CEO. He's not aware that we are doing this. He's aware of me, and he knows every Fortune 500 CEO of the world. Save your life if you can. Grow more such fruit forests, for the next generation would not survive. There's not really much time left. Thank you. Now, in case if there is still time, we can ask questions. So, anything which I think I can answer, people can ask.
Yes, sir. Ananya, can you please ask you a question? So, her farm is actually a very completely dry kind of thing, and it is higher than other land around surroundings, and they don't have any water retention. So that is their problem. So, Ananya, you're there?
Hi, Srimani. I'm there.
Yeah. Please ask
So,
your
good
question to
morning.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, sir. So, I have a farm near Chevella, Hyderabad, which is 27 acres. But the problem is we don't have water. We have 16 to 18 bores, but there is no water. Only in rainy season we get little water, which we survive with drip system. So can I plant vetiver for the retention of water, for
Must.
the
Not can, you must.
okay.
Dig
So
trenches, dig
yeah,
trenches if you have a slope, and inside the trench also plant vetiver. Because vetiver
okay,
roots go to a depth of 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet, depending on the kind of variety that you have. And they survive in submerged water also. So when you slow the flow of the water with trenches, with vetiver, as a hedge grow, so the flow of the water slows down and it goes inside the soil, and slightly ahead make again a vetiver hedge, and try to dig a hole and save the water. At least all your tube wells would get water if you are able to plant vetiver during the rainy season all across, and dig some trenches, plant vetiver inside them, plant trees. So if you have done that, I'm reasonably certain within a year your water, if you get enough rainfalls, of course. The whole point is to slow the flow of the water
yeah.
and to put them
Actually,
inside the soil. I'm not, yeah.
will vetiver live? I mean, like, will it grow without water? Also, is my point.
Yeah, very good question. Very good question. There's a very good friend of mine. I call him a very good friend because all others trouble me a lot if they have paid any money. This fellow bought, 1 lakh vetiver slip or 2 lakh. I don't remember now. He's one of the from Nagpur. He lives in Bombay, but his farm is in Nagpur. His brothers came, and one was in the army, one was agriculture. This thing, and they have 100 acres of farm, and they. After 1 year, he rang me up and he told me the story, full story, that during the rainy season they died, and during the interregnum, in the winters in particular, and other season, it looked as if it was dead, all right? Because, the yellow, this thing. With 2 showers, it became green. It doesn't die. It has a lifespan of 100 years. Ethiopia, which I was talking about, they revived a wetland together. If you can do so, 27 acres is good enough. Just take help of some specialist where is your recharge zone. There plant vetiver to begin with, multiply it, and then go all over. There is no other farm which would survive because now the vagaries of nature is going to increase with every year. So in very short period of time, you receive too much of a rainfall. In very prolonged time, you receive no rainfall. That is what is happening. Again, it is
Yeah, yeah.
predicted in India. In 4 days' time, you would have so much of rain that all the topsoil will go. How to fight that? How to survive that? By growing forest. I have not shown you because of paucity of time on our farm. After the Amphan, everything came, Ola Vrishti to everything, and inundated. Any industrial commercial farm was destroyed. On our farm, we also had a little bit of a destruction, but everything, it was an opportunity where, because we do not till, so Mother's earth is like sponge. Everything recharged the groundwater.
And sir, if I may add, we had given vettiver to Moinabad. So Ananya,
Yeah.
because you are in Chevella, if you want to visit Moinabad, we had given them. I can share pictures as well if you want, but if you want to visit there, you can go and see that what has transformed in last 5 months. Actually, they started in
No, 2.5
January.
months. 2.5, 5 months or 2.5 months.
I mean,
Something like
they
that, whatever.
started first in January, and then in March pictures are there, and then May pictures are there. So yeah.
Sure. Can you please share their contact so that I can go and visit the place? I want to. Can I get
It's one of those.
vetiver from them?
Yeah,
Or
sure. Yeah, we will connect Ananya, sir, Patanjali, sir. If you allow, we'll make a group of like whoever has connected here, and then anyone can exchange information. And only specific to this natural form.
thank you so much, Raymond.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, one question from my side. So you are given an example of planting together moringa and bay leaf, right? So any such other examples, something suitable? Like bay leaf is like more tropical, right? So if Hyderabad climate is little dry. So any other combination would you want to suggest?
Lemon is fantastic.
Lemon
I
with
grow. Yeah, all
moringa.
lemon, all citrus.
All citrus with moringa.
We grow. Yeah.
Okay.
Or many other combination you can think of.
Okay.
Even the kadhi pata in our home here, we grow a kadhi pata. Above that is moringa. We grow pink pepper. Above that is moringa, because moringa has tiny leaves. It allows the sunlight to filter. It's this simple. Make any combination. In fact, experiment. But these are established. We have seen, and also grow a papaya plant.
Okay,
Finish that.
papaya which goes papaya with moringa or papaya which
No, the two adjoining trees could be lemon and the moringa, and say at a distance, say under the shade of moringa, grow a papaya also. Because
papaya.
since it fixes so much of carbon, the papayas do very well, and papayas and bananas do well together. My dream is to grow lots of red banana. Red banana is. I'm now past my 60, 63. So the best dopamine source, among the best dopamine source, are the red banana leaves. Inside that, take that white out and eat. Anyone above 40, 50 years of age should have it regularly.
Okay. So the leaves, the caution.
Leaf ka inside. Then it has to be grown without pesticide.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So, any questions from anyone else?
Yeah, sir. We are talking more about having a land and growing a food forest. So for urban people who have only limited space, anything that you want to suggest?
Yeah, very good question. And I'm really thankful to you. I never think that there is in Bangalore, there is a friend of mine. I did not show the pictures of 10 months old. He is working with the village children in the villages, school children. So having met me, then he was tempted and he asked me on a very small space, can it be done? I said, of course. This is the only thing which can be done on even 5 foot kind of a space also. Grow a vetiver, grow a moringa, grow a papaya, grow turmeric inside. So suddenly, if you have a rooftop, if you have any space, and mind you, since moringa is a carbon sink, so you protect your home by growing moringa next to. I'll just show you if I know how to. Okay, I'll show you. I was living in my brother-in-law's house. I've come here in Bhopal. 4 years back, we had grown these moringa. Can you see it? It's merely 4-year-old.
My
Can you
God,
see
it
this?
is so huge.
Yep. And the amount of carbon it is sinking, and we have mangoes, we have flowers, we have you're talking of combinations. It can be, this is sadabahar, this is insulin plant. A whole India, a whole world. This is a passion fruit. This thing now we'll be putting it on top of this is what do you call that? This is for the birds love it. The bees love it. The butterflies love it. I mean, have some heart. I mean, is the world meant only for humans? We'll be finished the day we start thinking about it. So you grow one moringa tree and suddenly you see that the bees are happy, butterflies are happy. So in the village, but my wife has built a home. I sit in the balcony and I can spend my times together till people are listening, till somebody is listening. When she asked me if I can do a webinar under her banner, I said, I have no banner, I have no problem. Even if I am able to convince 5 of you that this is the way to save human lives and save yourself, it's a good life.
So one more thing I wanted to ask. Can we actually grow vetiver in our terrace garden also along with other trees?
Black turmeric, yes, you must grow. Because
Okay.
if black turmeric is going to, is the best antidote to side effect of the vaccination, because it's a natural blood thinner. It is useful in asthma. I was posted in Bangalore. I was DC there, so I gave it to all my officers and staff. Because Bangalore is full of people from suffering from asthma
Right.
because of the pollens. So this is best. You must grow it.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir. Sir,
Namaste.
can we grow vetiver from this, which is available in the stores? Like this, we bought for infused water.
Water. Huh.
Will it be
No.
possible?
No.
No.
You have to have a
Yeah.
slip. Do upar mein ghas, the 2 grasses, blade of grass, and a little bit of this. How much did you pay for it? The vetiver root?
Sir, don't remember. I don't
Okay, very
remember.
roughly,
I bought
because
it
our
in,
farmers would be encouraged to grow it.
I bought it in Tamil Nadu. I don't remember.
I know.
Along with many other items.
Yeah, but then you should ensure that it comes from a clean source. Because if they are putting chemical fertilizer, or it'll have lead, it'll have mercury, it'll have other. So it's good to go for a clean source, and even better that you grow them.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Grow them in a pot. Take it out for your. I'm very happy that you understand vetiver infused water. It's brilliant to fight cancer also.
Yes, sir.
Extraordinary.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. South understands. Kerala, they eat
We
infused
can
water.
reuse it when we infuse water. We can reuse it for 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days.
Absolutely. No. As long as you have the fragrance, sun it and again use it. I can show you my earthen pitcher. That has a vetiver inside. So, I had got it tested. It is a perfect pH. Even the RO water, all the deficiency, the minerals it brings back is phenomenal. The must for every Indian household. So therefore, Army General, he asked me, I would be a rich man because he knows that we grow vetiver so much. Perhaps we are the largest grower in India with friends and others also. We have taken some land on lease. Anupam is a part of it, and we do it. We are multiplying vetiver. Our dream is to take it, Eco Task Force of the Indian Army has is about 100 crore. It's not for oil. So the general told me that oil also sells very high. You're a rich man. I would never do it for dig it out for the oil. It's good for soil,
What will
good
you
for
do with
humans.
the leaves? What will you do with the leaves? Roots are used like.
No, compressed biogas. You can do the shaving every month to every 2 months. And that can go into, even if you receive, 2 rupee per kilo for green vettiver, farmers can get 20,000 rupees extra. And they, in turn, they receive the organic fertilizer. It's very good for CBG, the government's plan, compressed biogas.
But that grass is not like animal feed. It can't.
Very good
can't-
feed. Very good feed. I mentioned that our entire villages, Gaumata, eat our whatever they graze
Okay,
it.
nice. Yeah, then also it will be. It can be useful, right? So one
Very
more
good
thing,
fodder.
Thank you.
sir. If any one of us or farmer wants to get vertiver, like maybe can you supply or can you refer someone who could supply?
Yeah, we can. I mean, in the sense that currently we are busy in some large projects, but I would ensure I will,
So
those
even in
who cannot
small
afford it.
quantity, even
No. Few hundred, few thousand, few something, but you'll have to wait patiently. I described it to you 4 kilometer away, 30 kilometer away.
okay.
The cancer patient, yes, we take that pain. To others, that becomes low priority. Kishore Bhai wanted to speak something. Yeah, he's my friend and an amazing man in Gujarat. Kishore Bhai,
जी
you wanted to speak something? Yeah, बताएं.
हाँ आज ही ये मोरिंगा पूरे गुजरात में जा रहा देसी आपने भेजा हुआ वेटिवर, आपने भेजा हुआ काली हल्दी और आपने भेजी हुई सब पी रहा हूँ और कॉटन की बैग बनाई है। ये इस बैग कॉटन की छोटी बैग में सबको गिफ्ट
वाह
दूंगा मैं। उसमें वेटिवर का चौथा भाग की बैग बनेगी, थोड़ा कॉटन उसमें वेटिवर डाल दूंगा, मटकी में डालो, पियो। आपका चारों अभियान में आखिरी दम तक चालू रहेगा और अगस्त के लाखों बीज आ गए हैं, लाखों बीज पूरे भारत में भेजेंगे।
मुझे भी थोड़ा
आपका एक में
मेरे लिए भी
जी चारों वैरायटी
I know.
जी
Kishore Bhai
एक काम
is a retired teacher and comes from a very strong lineage. His forefathers were freedom fighters, and he's created these food forests in most schools in Gujarat. He's an amazing man. I love him. He's a very dear friend. Thank you, Kishore Bhai.
आपको सुन के सर नमस्कार और आपके साथ में जुड़ा हूँ।
हमेशा
Thank
मैं
you.
आपके साथ जुड़ा हुआ हूँ।
जी नमस्कार।
नमस्ते।
So I just wanted to know. Sorry. Hello.
Yes.
I just wanted to know. We mentioned that the vetiver grass and all should not be grown in a soil which is laden with chemicals or fertilizers of this kind are used, right? So the roots absorb the lead soil, which has some.
No, I did not. No, sorry. I did not mention that. All I said was you should not drink vetiver infused water.
No,
the source of which is.
I understood that. My question is, say there is we have a soil which is not good, and I grow vetiver there, right? And the first crop, it will have absorbed all the harmful chemicals. And then I can grow another crop so that this particular crop of vetiver, the roots will not have absorbed any chemicals. Can that be possible? And then those roots can be used for our medicinal purposes?
A very good question. Frankly, I would not know. Because
we need to eradicate whatever chemicals are there, isn't it, sir?
Theoretically, you're absolutely right. But what I'm suggesting is, we should be very careful of what we are putting it inside our body.
Yeah, that's the
So,
reason. Yeah.
No. So leave that vetiver for soil building.
Yeah,
Grow
that's what.
something.
So
Grow
there must
something
be
in
a
your
time
pots.
when the soil will have built up and will be devoid of those chemicals. I think that should be the possibility. That's what I mean to say.
100%.
So one or two crops
100%.
we
Not
can
only that.
avoid using it internally. Later
Possible.
on, try to see, and again after testing only whether the roots are having any of these chemicals, we
Good
can
enough.
go in for the third one.
Agree
Isn't
with
it,
you.
sir?
Agree with you.
And
Agree with you.
my next question is, I wanted this black turmeric of yours. How
Sure.
will I be able to procure it? I'm staying in Mumbai.
Okay. So what I do is that, it is for growing purposes, or is it for consumption?
I would like to grow in a small pot of mine. We stay in small flats, so we have almost everywhere. At the most, we can grow a few pots of plants.
Sure.
So
No. There is a very smart farmer in Pune, So what he does is that he grows them in small parts, and he says that it pleases Lakshmi ji, and he sells them for
even
exorbitant price.
we are used to this kind of growing plants. Just a small window also for us will become a big forest if the soil is rich and if everything is good.
And I will send us your address. We'll be very happy to send it.
So how do I connect with you? Like for
can you note down my phone number?
Yeah, I will note down. Yeah.
You have a pen and paper?
Yeah, I'm having
it. Okay, 940
940
671
671
72.
Pardon?
72
72
88.
88.
Yeah. You send me your
940
address.
67. Yeah.
Yeah, 940 671 7288.
Yeah.
Send me your
My name is Bharti Dhut. I will connect with you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Namaste, sir. This is Preeti here from Pune.
Yes.
I have a question to you. See, how the water source from our for our house is very hard. So, and like you had suggested about having vetiver, I'm following that. In fact, I got the roots from that source which you gave me, and I'm using it in my matka, the 25 grams for 20 liters. I'm doing that. Alternatively, my question is, can we also keep a live plant inside the drinking water pot? Is it advisable?
No.
Okay.
Because the leaves. I believe in tradition and traditional knowledge.
Okay.
I have not come across anything where the whole plant. Yes, because the leaves have to have sunlight, right?
Got it.
So you can grow it in a pot. Yes, you are right. That's even more brilliant. In a pot where the leaves are above and roots are inside the water, it grows. It can be grown on a float. It can be grown on a lake. We have done that in Bangalore. But in a pot also you can do that. Some contraption you can make where you grow this, and water, it doesn't require soil alone to survive. It also can grow on water. Simultaneously, it is also purifying the water. That's what that video of Indonesia that NGO was doing, that she was using that filthiest water for after treating with vetiver, they were making food out of it. I mean, they were making food in that water. So in future, this is going to be the future. We have played havoc with Mother Earth.
So shall I try that, sir? Should I keep a live
Yeah,
plant
why
where there is
not?
sunlight?
But you would have to put it in the sun. Why not? That'd be fantastic. And share that with us, the knowledge.
Yeah, definitely. And what kind of for a 20-liter pot, how many plants should I keep it inside?
Oh, limitless. I mean, whatever can grow. 5, 10, whatever.
5. Okay.
Depends on
And
what
should I also
contraption you are able to.
Yeah. Should I also continue to have that 25 grams of roots? That should I additional to that?
Must.
Okay.
No. Therein it is not needed. The separately what you are using, keep using it. But for that,
Okay.
and you can experiment. In 3 days' time, the filthiest water gets cleaned. I have a video of that.
Okay.
And then about 5 days' time, 7 days' time, it is almost drinkable. But why drink that as long as you have cleaner water?
Maybe I can collect the water, keep the plants growing, and then use that water for matka.
Yeah, a combination, but test it. In case
I will
if you are
test it.
using a filthy water, then test it. If not
The
filthy
pH
water,
is
the normal
very
water,
low.
the hard water, yes, you can merrily drink it. That is a proven technology of purifying water.
Because I have boldly given away my RO. So I am
You
doing this
acquire it.
process. So thank you
No,
so
even
much.
in RO water, you see, whatever human body is what? 75% water.
Water.
So
Yes.
if you are drinking whatever infused water, you are doing your body a world of good.
Yes, thank you, sir. It's all your guidance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, please repeat the proportion of infusing this 25 gram.
No, test it. Each one to his. That is what she is doing. You can use,
Also for
you know,
drinking.
mutti.
Is there
mutti
any
full
proportion of for
we
drinking?
use one fistful in that 20-liter size of gada. One fistful. I don't know how much gram is that. And then sun it again, rotate.
Yes.
If only in the rainy season, there should not be a fungal attack. So you should sun the pot also. Then you need to have 2 pots. That is the question.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sir, actually, even moringa seeds are known for filtering water, right?
The crushed DOC of moringa also purifies water. You're right.
So, like, can we do the combination? Just.
I wouldn't know. I have not tried it. You can try.
Okay. So, moringa seeds, if we have to use, can we source from you?
Moringa seeds. Not only that, the oil that you get is a ben oil, with caristas or something. A high end of L'Oreal. L'Oreal is a makeup giant, worldwide giant. They make. I'm really growing old. Seychelles and that Mediterranean area, they make them grow moringa, and they buy the moringa oil or ben oil from them. If you go to some couple of other large cosmetic giants, they use moringa oil and they sell it very expensive. So in our village, our workers, they come from the poorest background. My brother-in-law treats them very well. And so whenever we take our aloe vera, so they are aware. They'll steal it and they'll take away the plants also, and they would apply on their face and cosmetic. Okay. Now we'll grow so many that they would not be able to steal. So good things are happening now. The poorest also, aspirations are getting higher. And they'll perhaps end up using better things initially.
Sir, the kashayam you mentioned using black turmeric for cancer patients. Do you have any videos or do you give personal guidance?
No, I normally, whenever they say that, it is something very simple. They are herbs which have no side effect. Except when you're undergoing a surgery or something, you should not be using the black turmeric because it's a natural blood thinner, so you run the risk of, that. But besides that, if it is severe, you take little more quantity. There is a friend of mine, I mean, now he's become a friend. I was not even, most of the time, I'm not even aware who the person is who requests for, I never ask, who are you, what you do, why, what for, none of my business. And so after a while, he told me that he's a big guy, he runs a hospital, his wife has cancer, and she has benefited immensely. So, and then he merely distributes it to other people. Also, it doesn't take money, but he has faith, so he's doing that. So I was, he was asking me. I said, you keep trying permutations, combination twice, 3 times. What your body can take. When you have reached a 5th stage cancer, 4th stage cancer, 3rd stage cancer, what is there to lose? Nothing. And this is the only thing which can get you back. That I can share it with you because I know where pancreatic cancer, all other cancers, and nothing to lose here. So then I have that nutritionist and the Ayurvedic doctor. I tell them I'm not a doctor, I'm not a Vaidya. I'm a farmer with a difference, conviction. We grow the best on earth. Somebody can grow as good as us, nobody can grow better than us. And we keep that black turmeric for 14 months inside the soil. So I have read that research that it is best against cyst and tumor. So once you have a cancer and you have recovered from cancer, this is one thing which keeps nagging in your head, is that you can get it back. How to save it? Turn your body alkaline, keep having this, keep having green lemon along with the skin, keep having vettiver water, you would never get it. These simple things we do not do.
Right.
Thank you.
So you just suggested lemon with the peel?
Green, yeah, green lemon, yes. Green lemon is, we grow Gondharaj lemon, that's mind-blowing. The fragrance of that is extraordinary. Perhaps the best. The Bengalis and the people in the East claim that this is, as the name suggests, king of smell, Gondharaj. We have 20,000 of those plants. Yeah,
so we just infuse that in the water?
Yes, we squeeze it in a hot water and put the lemon peel. Okay. And pour in the morning again, pour hot water. And so that the lemon per se is very good source of vitamin C. Lemonade, they call it, the skin. Skin is even more healthier in helping your body turn alkaline. The rough skinned lemon, green lemon is brilliant to fight cancer and to keep your body alkaline. So this is what we do. Like from the when it is green, we start using it.
But it's better than grow your own lemon, because what we get in the market might have a lot of insecticides and all.
Normally, lemons don't use pesticides so much. Pesticide, yes, you're right. But they, of all things, to bring shine, they, spray urea on amla, on lemon. We have crossed all limits. So yeah, but some of our lemons go to big basket, sells it. In Bangalore, they sell. NCR, they sell. My brother-in-law, I know the CEO there. He's a friend. So, but my problem in life is that there are many in our group. They say that there are more people, selling your produce. I said, I'm past that. One person who I think is an environmentalist. So there are more resource to such people will help. Whatever we get is fine. And ultimately, if we are able to, we all grow it together. You see, if my intention was to make money, I know that it will cure so many illnesses. Why would I like to share that with people? But मुझे लगता है लालच में दुनिया खत्म हो रही है. मैं क्यों करूं? But since I share it very freely with people, don't they normally would not trust me? Why is it coming so easily? It's a vicious circle.
So in that case, can we use bioenzyme to disinfect those avla and lemon for 40 minutes? They say it disinfects, right?
Oh, Preeti is master at that. But I'm the wrong guy to ask. I only know food forest. I only know the purest on earth. Okay. I do not understand about. I do not want to understand about why people are doing this. And my dream is once 5 big cities and the residents thereof decide there is some good corporate or association of people who create a separate category that these produce are from food forest. No till, no poison, not even organic kind. And if you eat from these category, human race would survive. 1 crore people come together and start eating and paying 50,000 rupees for their honey, for their herbs, for their fruits, for their grains. This country will change.
Yeah. Because why is this question I posed? Because not everybody are accessible to organic and chemical-free stuff. So if they are given an alternative,
you have a very valid question. It's just that I do not frankly know. I grow only. I try to eat as much as clean food as possible.
okay.
From our farm, I take pains, even if it costs me, in bringing a human hour and other hour, because I know the importance of a natural produce. And when you eat, you connect to God. It's so good.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Sir, when we have a already existing farm, like say mango farm or anything like that, can we still convert into, whatever
Yeah,
you
easily,
said,
easily.
we can.
Easily. On the contrary, you must. Because again, I come back to that, that wherever you have sunlight, grow a tuar so that you are fixing nitrogen. Grow in Agastya. Agastya is amazing. Kishore Bhai said, again, very, very good for soil, fixes nitrogen. Grow a moringa. And wherever you have darker shade, big trees, grow black turmeric. Start small. That itself, nature is kindest. What we had started with the help of the army, one of the commanding officers who we had gifted seed balls and vettiver and stuff from Kokrajhar, and somewhere he organized 1 quintal or something. Now we have more than 50 tons. And my dream is to take it to 1,000 tons with Tatas and everything. Let's see. We'll put up a good fight. And if this is this simple, I have clarity that if somebody, Tatas I'm trying to persuade, ITC I'm in touch with, they're good people. If they can create a separate category and can make good documentaries and can show, way back I told, they had called me and my wife, we went to Anupam also in their annual general meeting or something to decide about the next year's course. So I presented it to them that I had seen one advertisement of Tata's way back that, non-polished dal. It remained in my psyche because we trust you. But why did you stop at that? Why not organic? Why only organic? Now it is natural.
Right.
That's what I was telling the Tata CEO. He is not even aware that we are doing this collaboration with them. Because what is there to share with them? We have lived with dignity. We have not asked for any favor from anyone. We are not this thing. But together, if we are able to do, I have no reason, no doubt that we would raise a food forest. In a couple of years' time or in a year's time, I'll request him, come and see this. And if you think that it is worth it, then, speak to he knows all Fortune 500 CEOs. He's a very nice man. Run with it. You don't need even government. But in the government, if they understand, government, there is nothing like that. One DIG, CISF, now that replication, there is a model. So now I go and beg before big people. Here is a model. Please depute your senior guys to go and see if it is correct, if it is true, video and in reality, please scale it up. It's essentially for our survival. Time is not really much. But I never feel desperate. In the sense, ultimately, I have faith and I have reverence. So if Mother Nature wants it to happen, it will happen. She wants us all to die, we'll die. Next generation at this rate will not survive. So the day we come together and some good corporate comes, good entities come, things will change.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can we drink this infused vetiver water throughout the day, or is there any restriction on?
No, in summer season, merrily. No restriction. No restriction.
And
If you
second
have so
question
much of
is,
vetiver root, if you have a lot of vetiver root, why not? If you have limited one, 1/3, 2/3, whatever. I drink, most of the time vetiver water only.
most of the time. Sir, second question is, how to use black turmeric for osteoporosis?
Yeah, a very good question. Osteoporosis, I would first recommend you to have pan, betel leaf. A very rich source of calcium. Just put some very little calcium in a betel leaf and chew it. And, take it, this thing. That's extraordinary. Eat moringa leaves because it has, 25 times more vitamin A than the spinach. Again, great for calcium, 4 times more calcium than the milk. And black turmeric. Yeah, brilliant. Yes. They will make a, kachumar out of it and add honey, add pepper, and do it once. It will not only take care of your osteoporosis, it will also take care of your, lungs and brain, heart, liver. Yeah, extraordinary.
Yeah, actually, in my case, it has come to phase 4. So the allopathic suggestion is only knee replacement. Can it be avoided?
100% in my view. I know people who have avoided this. Just try it, no? Don't. There is no emergency. Try it. Try also the neem giloy. Stop wheat. If you are eating wheat, stop wheat. Wheat is dangerous. And Guruchi, you understand, no? Where do you live in? Bangalore or Tamil Nadu? Where do you live?
Andhra
Okay.
Pradesh.
No, the Guruchi is the neem giloy. That's again seriously anti-inflammatory. All these are anti-inflammatory. Eat moringa powder, eat these simple things. It will make world of a difference to your quality of life.
Guruji in Telugu is Tippatiga.
Tippatiga.
Yeah, that's
And,
what.
especially on the neem wala, neem giloy is amazing.
Okay. Yes, sir.
In Bangalore they call it Amritavalli. I cannot pronounce the L correctly.
Amritavalli. Okay. Yes, sir.
L they say it in a different way. It's very good. I mean, I have known people who were to undergo a knee surgery. One of my joint commissioner, his mother, and PGI something, no, in Chandigarh, a very reputed medical college. In bio something, he had spent 10, 12 lakhs. Finally, his mother is without knee replacement, and she's fine. So I mean, definitely. I mean, there's a natural source of calcium, so bioavailability goes up. Right? It does no harm. In a month's time, you would, if you have kept record of your, parameters, you would see the difference.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Or send me your address. I'll love to send you that. I expect people. I do not insist. Although my best friend now is asking them to, please put it in the video. And we request people to once get cured, go and write beneath our videos that you got cured and we did not take money from you, so that people read that. And if I share my video, this thing, he has written how his mother was cured, and obviously we did not take money, so that more and more people can benefit out of it. Once you start taking money, someone from Andhra came when he heard that many cancer patients are getting cured, and he offered me he did not have this thing out directly, but we can do, partnership and stuff like that. He charges 50,000 rupees. It's obscene. I said, thank you very much. I will do what I have been doing. I don't need to be guided by greed. If I'm able to, just imagine if all of us start growing this. 1 crore people in their pots, in their this thing, and keep it for 14 months. If you get any of these illnesses, you can eat. Why are you coming to anyone? Grow it.
Sir, I have a question. What about pneumonia or a chest infection? How can we, so what all can we do to cure that?
Yeah, come again, please.
Repeated chest infections leading to pneumonia.
Best on earth is black turmeric. Best. I say it with great confidence because this and guduchi kada, that neem giloy kada, is very good for your upper respiratory infections. Moringa honey is fantastic for viral infections, bacterial infections. So the combination of black turmeric with moringa honey and pepper, chew it. Whenever you get your breathlessness, chew it. Do this guduchi neem giloy kada. You'll be cured.
So I have been like boiling black turmeric, little bit of it in water, and adding black pepper, and after it cools down a bit, adding moringa honey and having it. So does it have to be had on empty stomach or any time of the day?
Again, traditional knowledge, somebody told me, I was not aware, frankly, that turmeric should not be had on empty stomach. I'm not sure, frankly. I was taking it, but since from the time he has told me, I eat my nuts and then I drink this.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I have respect for traditional knowledge. So anyone who knows would be telling me the truth. So I would, I take those soaked nuts. So I first have them and then have them.
So you're suggesting either boil it in water or just chew turmeric like that with honey?
Anyone who's getting cancer or is suffering from rheumatic arthritis or any serious illnesses, we have seen from our experience that morning take kada and take raw in the evening. This friend who has become a friend because he rang up and he said that he runs 2 hospitals and stuff like that in Chindwara. And he's been giving his wife more quantity. But, because the severity of cancer was very high and she's almost cured. That's what he says.
Along with the treatment given by the doctors?
Yeah, that's a very good question. There are some poor people who never went for any other treatment and got cured.
Okay, all right.
But I never suggest that because I'm not qualified for that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a Vaidya. But I know people who are with me, who are qualified Ayurvedic doctors. Right? These are simple things. These are herbs which have no side effect. In any case, when you're in the 4th, 5th stage, where doctors have given up on you, they have one of my chief commissioner in Mumbai, her husband, and she is a Bengali. So I went to speak in G20, one of the seminars held in Bombay University. As one of the speakers. So there she was present. So I said, instead of, reading those testimonials, I would request her. So in 3 minutes, she explained. Being Bengali, she had no faith in these. And they only knew allopathy. Husband was detected, last stage of cancer. So doctors basically gave up. And so she came to me. I was posted there. So she came to me and I said, "Khao, usme koi bilkul acha hi hoga." That was now 3 years back. He's surviving. And he's having a better quality of life.
Thank you.
So I never get into this because I do not know, frankly. But I know, I have read that if your soil is alive, which our soil is, because we have not tilled the soil, we have not put any poison, and it's Namada, these rivers, water, and these herbs, which are mother of all herbs, in a live soil, is a very potent herb. So let others make money out of it. We would be very happy serving humanity.
Sir, I would like to ask one more question. We used to make this kada with tender moringa leaves. So one of my niece, she has very less hemoglobin. So can I suggest?
I prefer the powder.
Powder. Okay.
But the I prefer the powder because I take it from my farm and we don't cut the head of the tree. There's a friend of mine, I mean, he was following something, quite a lot of following. So before he died, he had come to our farm and I was telling him, "Ki, you understand so much about plants and you spent your life." I'm not deliberately taking his name. So it's not taking you anywhere. So why are you not doing the tree-based farming? Coming back to this permaculture and other things which people ask me, we are superior, we are more efficient. And when they include Fukuoka also in permaculture, I get very peeved, very angry. Where is the time left? Where is the design in nature? It's charging 25,000, 30,000, 1 month course, 1 lakh rupee. Hey, what are you doing, boss? I mean, grow trees, whatever I have learned, I share it with you. It's so simple, embarrassingly simple to raise a food forest. Where is the time? 18 months time and money, so much impediment. Without this, you cannot do rubbish. Grow with gay abandon, grow with conviction, and you would see ultimate truth is where is the you don't build soil, you don't dig the soil and grow what miyawaki, what rubbish. This is way superior. I mean, every tree blossoms and there is food for bees, birds, for humans. Everybody's. The other day I was reading. This is a very important lesson to learn. I was reading somewhere in South America, the bison, or in Europe in Europe they have done a study on some 700 bisons do more carbon, sink than, they can absorb so much of a vehicular pollution. Not directly, but, their whole cycle and growing grass and their gobar and their trees supporting this thing, especially the grass part, which the world perhaps has not understood. Vettiver, imagine so much of a river, this thing we have, so much of roads we have. We keep debating, we keep arguing, but we don't do simple things. This is a native grass of India, which the world has adopted, and we have done nothing about it.
The all said and done. I think this is right now the time to act. Actually, to put whatever we know, we need to act. Like we are in various groups of all kinds of all this kind of, but people are focusing mostly on watching what is happening everywhere, rather than starting to do this thing. Only a handful of people are actually working towards it. Rest all are just looking at each one's posts or this thing, and that is where we get again we don't develop actually what has to be developed, isn't it? Trying something and by learning by error, trial and error method also helps. You're not doing anything bad to the soil, anyhow you're going to do good only. So when we use bioenzymes, like I'm using for almost all the purposes in the house, right from vegetable washing and everything, all that water, whatever I have, I put it in my plants.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
I conserve water that way, because again, I said, I stay in Mumbai, so I don't have a garden or anything. The society garden, of course, I'm taking care of it. So all my peels and everything from the bioenzyme, I'm putting in the garden. And it is lush green. In our area, everybody comes and asks, कि आप क्या करते हो? जबकि 8-10 साल से हमने कोई खाद नहीं खरीदा.
Fabulous.
The building is saving that much amount of money.
My real guru, if at all I have to say, after Fukuoka's that small book, was Dr. Doshi. He lived in Bandra. I've served in Bombay for 10 years earlier, and then as Principal Chief Commissioner for almost a year. Okay. So in my earlier stint in Bandra, I used to go. He used to do terrace farming.
Okay.
He was a Padma Shri professor in economics, and he had a dream that what you are doing, what he was doing, 98% of our waste is decomposable.
Yes.
Only 2% need to go to the, to the municipality. So what you're doing is he was growing a beautiful food forest on his terrace. Soil is the same thing. I understood what he was doing. He was very fond of me and my wife. Used to go every now and then. And,
why do we need to transport, give this much for transportation? A lot of fossil fuel being used. That's why I always suggest that आप अपना कचरा अपने आसपास ही कैसे भी गायब करो.
इसको नहीं, हम लोगों ने गलती यही कर दी, कचरा उसको कहना ठीक है दिया. कचरा न कहें. कचरा कहीं से नहीं है वो.
हाँ तो वही तो.
बायोमास टेल.
तो वो तो मैं तो अभी ये भी कह रही हूँ अपना वोट दो लेकिन अपना कचरा मत दो. अभी ये चालू करना पड़ेगा स्लोगन.
अरे वो कचरा क्यों कहें? ये दिमाग क्या, कचरा तो आदमी के दिमाग में है. ये आदमी से
I agree. Like Sharad Kaleji told in that कचरा वो वर्ड ही गलत है उनका कहना.
हाँ, अच्छा, okay, you were there. Yes, I was speaking the same this thing. Bioenzyme का जो था,
हाँ,
उसी में हमारी जो प्रिंसिपल जो चीफ कमिश्नर थी वो भी आई थी. पता नहीं है उसमें आप
मैं थी सर पूरे दिन वहाँ पे.
यहाँ तो she said that. रत्न दास गुप्ता वहीं रहती हैं, वो बॉम्बे में रहती हैं. 3 मिनट में उन्होंने सब कह दिया. जिसको सुना तो. You see, these experiments are small. I mean, considering the large country that we live in, what you are doing, what we are doing, what the perfect cycle.
Now, whatever you know, you need to act. Without acting, nothing can happen.
Also, and keep learning from each other. Why not? Yes, of course.
Yeah, when we act, we are definitely going to discuss. कि ये हुआ था, ये नहीं हुआ था, ऐसा हुआ था, वैसा हुआ था. So then we just start exchanging views, exchanging experiences, and we post in almost all groups. Something we see different, we post it in all groups. That at least let this spread, let this multiply. So everybody in one's area starts doing it. So this is what we are continuing, and we will continue, of course. But things are happening at a very slow pace.
कभी भी नहीं लगता है कि हम तो मिडिल क्लास से लेकर हम बताते हैं कि बहुत बड़े लोगों की जरूरत नहीं है, इसमें बहुत क्रांतिकारी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है. राइट, इसको करने की जरूरत है.
हाँ, करना तो पड़ेगा, वरना कुछ नहीं होने वाला है.
दूसरों पर आप छोड़ नहीं सकते.
आज ही हम कुछ शुरू करेंगे तो ही कुछ होगा.
बिल्कुल.
One final question. So like what about the grains farming? Like so I mean we also need certain portion of grains, right? So that is fine. So if we introduce vettiver along with millet grains or some other rice or anywhere, so does that affect the grains crop? Like
brilliant question. So there is something known as, this is one of the few things about science that I know. Because I have reverence, I grow things, and it so turns out later on that something done in Philippines tells me that what you are doing was right. People in India do not know. So by growing vetiver, you kill the nematode. Nematode is the biggest threat to rice. Nematode is biggest threat to coffee. Nematode is the biggest threat to maize. These are the main crops of the world.
So
wheat, I do not know.
So whatever if we add in between and then throughout the farm, if there is rice or
five rows, say in the maize they grow 5 to 6, 10 rows and 1 row of vetiver. One, it brings the biodiversity. Two, it controls the nematode. And same wherever you have grown vetiver, if you grow rice, it will be free of nematodes. That is one of the biggest, insect.
Okay. So and that vetiver stays forever, so they don't need to redo the vetiver again, right? These grains will pull off and then redo. Okay.
That is but I am not in favor of that. I grow them as one layer because this is the thing which we did. Perhaps we are the only people in the world who's doing it.
Okay.
Where from the hedge grow, we brought it center stage as one layer. So just imagine the beauty of it. It holds the topsoil, does the mulch, recharges the groundwater, supports other plants to grow, and is also a source of energy. Can be a source of energy. Is a good fodder. Why not bring it the pride of place that it deserves? That is as one layer among the multi-layer. I mean, anything else is not going to. This is perhaps the best solution against climate emergency. Best, I say it with you.
Easiest.
And no till, above all, no till. Yes.
Yeah.
Chaliye, so I had a great time. It's a privilege and an honor to speak to like-minded people. You are already evolved. I thought I could share a little bit of knowledge that I have from my experience. Either be a consumer or be a grower or be both. But as Mrs. Dhuth rightly said, for God's sake, हाथ पर हाथ धर के मत बैठे. Time nahi. Maybe we should grow a few things, grow whatever you can, grow in a big way, become an influencer that you are. Who knows? Thank you.
Messages, someone put a message, can we use vettiver as lawn farmer? Anita has put that message.
In the lawns, yes, it is beautiful. Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, not as a grass per se on which you can walk, because it is straight as a sword. But on the periphery of it, it looks beautiful. And to me, vettiver always looks beautiful.
So we will conclude the session for today. Thank you very much, sir, Patanjali sir, for giving us such valuable time and insights into natural farming. I'm sure most of us understood what the concept is, and also some of us will definitely take this concept forward in some way or the other. So thank you so much. And I really appreciate all the participants. None of them had given even 1 second of disturbance. They all were very patient and very enthusiastic about the topic. Thank you so much. Over to Srimani.
So Anita is raising hand. Any question, Anita ji?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I've actually joined just now because I just saw the message. Are we going to have the webinar once more anytime?
No, if possible, we'll share the recording.
Yeah,
if
but
it happens again, we'll let you know.
Okay,
We'll have another, with the farmers, we would have one more round of webinar in Hindi.
Yeah, that's okay. But I wanted to attend this webinar because
Then
I'm
I'll
also
send you
into this. I'm like very much
sure.
into this. But
Sure.
I just saw the
I would
message.
request, no, not at all. I would request her to definitely either post the this thing on the YouTube or forward it to you personally.
Sir,
Surely.
one more thing I just wanted to ask you. Supposing we have a small house or something like that. So in the periphery, we can use these things, whatever you're doing, like vettiver and all these things, you know, because I'm very much into this. If you have a side plot or something, we can just put the seeds, let them grow, like, you know, even if.
Absolutely.
This is what I've been telling each and every person I come across. Sorry, बाजू में plot है, थोड़ा डाल दो बीज यार.
Wonderful.
And I'm also into bioenzymes, sir.
Great. Wonderful.
I use it for swabbing the house and everything.
Awesome.
And I'm also into Havan and Agnihotra because these plants and all live on that. I heard in Africa, we are also having these things. Where they, not Africa, what is that thing? Israel, I think. Israel, they have Gayatri Mantra farming.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and the plants grow over there. That's what it
That is a
came months in
proven
the
thing
news.
that even if you play Ramcharitmanas, even if you play Mozart, even if you play Kishore Monkar, Bhimsen Joshi, any good music. Plants, now it is proven that plants have life. If plants have life, anything which is pleasing to them, they'll grow better.
So I put the bioenzyme in my plant. It grows so well it grows now. I don't know what this bioenzyme is so good, you know. The plants which were not growing since years, just I put actually I didn't mix it with water, I just put it, but it's growing wonderfully, you know, very much lovely.
Very well. But see,
I
you know,
think
like I follow Fukuoka. I mean, let me be brutally honest with you. Bioenzyme is fantastic for the house flooring and everything other that you're saying. But since I follow Fukuoka, he was
follow?
Fukuoka, Masanobu Fukuoka. He was a Zen master. He would do nothing extra. A little bit of this thing. We was a natural farmer, so I don't do anything. No khad, no nothing.
Sir,
In the
I have
forest,
a
who
great
goes
intention. I have a great mind to buy some land and do all whatever you're doing, you know. Really, I want to buy that. I don't know when that land will call me. I'll definitely buy that. So barren land भी हो जाता है क्या?
बिल्कुल, मतलब बारिश थोड़ी होनी चाहिए.
Barren land means land is there but no farming and nothing is there.
Okay, better. During the rainy season start, होता है. बारिश
How do I start it?
Anita ji, where are you? Even I am interested in joining you. Okay, I am in Delhi.
There's some land. उधर महाराष्ट्र में अभी भी सस्ती जमीन मिलती है.
Actually, Maharashtra में problem है कि sir, Maharashtra में problem है that you have to prove that you are a farmer to buy that land.
Actually, barren land is usually free of pesticides, so it's good to start.
Better. Yeah. You can become a farmer.
I don't use pesticide. I get the earthworms to do this work in my pots.
Don't do that.
Earthworm को pots में नहीं लाना.
नहीं, जरूरत नहीं है. खुद वहां पर आ जाए.
They'll come automatically.
Yeah, I get when they come in the balcony or through the sink, I just pick them up and put in the pot.
Oh, that's it. Okay, that's okay.
I'm staying on 5th floor.
Good, great, wonderful. So now I wanted we have to go somewhere.
Yes.
Thank you again for being patient listener. So I enjoyed myself.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.